If you are struggling to lose body fat, I am willing to bet that your problem is that you are overcomplicating things and you're being too strict. That is because extreme approaches result in extreme disappointment. If you want to learn how to simplify your nutrition in a way that produces equally good, if not better results, then you need to learn the one macro method. So this is a proven strategy. I've been using it for years. I have used it on my clients. I've implemented it into my Knockout Body 2.0 program. So if you want to lose body fat while still living your life, eating foods you enjoy, but not spending a lot of time tracking and planning out your food, this is the method for you. Okay, so the one macro you are worrying about is protein. So this means as you go through your day, you'll still track your intake into MyFitnessPal, but the only thing that you're focused on hitting is your protein and then your calories. From there, the carbs and fats fall right into place, and as long as you are hitting your protein and your calories, there's no possible way for your carbs or fats to be too high because there just wouldn't be room in the calories. I just see so many people stressing about tiny details with their macros, and honestly, there's no magic macro ratio, so there's no reason whatsoever to be neurotic about it. You don't need to be hitting the same amount of carbs and fats and meticulously tracking these things unless you're preparing for a bodybuilding show. I've been pretty content with my results since I switched to tracking all macros and just calories, and it works. It works. The reason it works so well is because you can maintain it year-round effortlessly. You're simply just keeping a rough tally of your calories and protein, and that's it. You enter in your food, you go about your day. It's not like when you're following all three macros, you might say, oh, I want to have some extra peanut butter. Oh, but I can't because I'm 5 grams away from my fat goal. Whereas when you're tracking protein and calories, your carbs and fats can fluctuate within that, so you can have some more freedom and not have to worry about hitting the numbers. If you're craving more fats one day, you can eat more fats. If you're craving more carbs one day, you can eat more carbs. And I can't say it enough, as long as you hit your calories and protein, those numbers will balance out just fine. Okay, so I am going to take MyFitnessPal and walk you through how easy it is to plan this out, because it's one of those things where it's so easy that people actually overcomplicate it. Sometimes when I explain this process, I'll get asked, oh, so you only track your protein sources? You don't track foods with fat? It's like, no, you still track all of your foods, but rather than saying, oh, what are my carbs at? What are my fats at? What is my protein at? Rather than worrying about all of those things, you literally just look at the nutrition section and you just say, what is my protein at? 3 grams. I've got a long way to go. And then of course, you look at your calories and then you're fine. So to make that less confusing, let's just go over that right now. I'm just gonna pretend I'm pre-planning a day. I like to plan about at least half of my day usually, just to help myself stay not motivated, but it kind of like keeps you accountable. It's like having a schedule. If you plan out a little bit, it's so much easier to stick to. So I'm gonna plan this out. So far I've put in my greens, my athletic greens. That's a green powder I drink every day. I've put in my pre-workout, and then next I would just enter things that I know I'm gonna eat. So I eat 2 eggs every day. I'm gonna have some egg whites. I have a large portion of egg whites, so I have a cup. I eat, and I've got these everything bagels this week. They're really yummy. I put a little bit of butter on the bagel, and then I have some broccoli, and then I put a little bit of oil on the broccoli, and so that is my whole meal right there. So moving on. So now my next meal, I know I'm gonna have some kidney beans, maybe a cup. I'm going to have, let's just say tuna. Again, this can change, obviously. Tuna. I have some more veggies. I've got, oh, a frozen seasoned Italian blend. There we go. Okay, so what I like to do now is, that's kind of just like like a filler type of meal. Like it's kind of a get in some extra fiber, protein, and veggies kind of meal. So I'm gonna skip to my final meal of the day for now, which is often when I have some sort of like a treat that's still calorie friendly. So today the treat of choice is going to be my Greek yogurt fruit bowl thing. So I'm gonna put my plain fat-free Greek yogurt, my raspberries, I know I'm going to have some peanut butter in it. I'm gonna put 25 grams for now. I've got a cereal that I really like, so I'm going to put that in as well. So now, look, okay, so we see 1547 calories. So let's pretend we're aiming for 1700. 1700 calories and 130 grams of protein. So I'm gonna go to the nutrition section. Oh, I'm at my protein. I have hit 130 grams protein. I'm good. So now I have freedom the rest of my day. I can have, or the rest of like the process of planning, I can put anything I want. If I want to put extra cereal in the Greek yogurt bowl, I can do that. If I'm in the mood for more peanut butter in the Greek yogurt bowl, I can do that. I don't have to worry about going over carbs or fats because I'm seeing here that my calories are being hit, I'm still under, and my protein has already been hit. And I'll often get asked this next question as well. People will say, well, what if you go over protein? That's fine, unless you're eating like all your calories as protein, it's not a problem to go over. Let's say that I want to have more peanut butter today. So there we go, and then I say, oh, okay, like, oh, okay, all right, okay, I'm still only at 1600 calories. Let's go up, let's just have more peanut butter. More. Oh, maybe I'll put some mayo with my tuna, because I've gotten, again, see, this is a lot of extra fats I'm adding on here, and that's fine because I'm staying in my calories. So, okay. Sometimes the calorie count on MyFitnessPal kind of rounds up incorrectly, so even though it says 1681, it's probably 17 by now. So that's literally it. That's literally it. So I see now, I've tracked that in, I've hit my protein, I've hit my calories. And I've had a decent amount of veggies and fiber. I've hit 37 fiber, that's pretty high, which is fine. And then, okay, so now let's pretend that I didn't want as much peanut butter and I just wanted to have a lot of carbs. So, same thing. So you're gonna see here, I'm gonna decrease the peanut butter. I'm going to dramatically increase this cereal. No, let's say like 70 grams. Okay. That's putting me at 1672. It's like an awkward even, well, we still have room, so we'll just put even more cereal. Okay, that's about 1700 calories and 132 protein. So in the last example, I didn't even actually, see, that's the thing, when I track my calories and protein on a daily basis, I literally don't even look at the carbs and fats. Like, I don't even look at it. So in the last example, I can't even tell you what the carbs and fats were because it doesn't matter. I hit my protein and my calories. So that's as simple as it is. You just go through your day, you track stuff, and that's it. So if you were to lay out a chart of somebody hitting 1700 calories and 1300 protein, you could come up with hundreds of different combinations of the carbs and fats, and again, any of them are acceptable. I think my fats will literally range from like 40, as low as 40 grams some days and as high as 70 to 80 grams other days, same as my carbs. If I have high fat, naturally that's going to push the carb intake down. So that is what happened with the two examples I just showed you. In the first example, because I had more fats, that naturally just, because I still was focused on hitting my protein, that naturally just pushed the carb intake down. Whereas in the second example, where I wanted more carbs, because I was focused on hitting protein and calories, that just pushed the fat intake down. It's not like I had to consciously be like, oh, my fats, they're gonna be too high, because if they were too high, I either would be way under on protein or way over on calories. It's literally, it's very simple math, and it's just not possible for it to not work out if you're hitting those two numbers. So I don't know if this example isn't perfect, but I tried to come up with an analogy because it always makes things easier to understand. So let's say somebody's goal was to multiply two numbers every day to equal 16. So one day they might do 4 times 4, that equals 16. The next day they might do 2 times 8, which also equals 16. So even though we used two different numbers to get that result, we still got 16 in the end, which was the ultimate goal. So that means some days maybe this person will stick with 4 times 4, other days they might stick with 2 times 8, and they're still hitting 16, so they're still on the right path to reaching their goals. So it's a similar idea with calories and protein. It doesn't matter where the carbs and fats land, because you're still hitting your you're still hitting your calories and your protein, so it balances. Woo! Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.